Hello everyone, this is me, Mariam Khan, e-commerce Wali, and I'm a student at Rehan School on an Academy Batch 3. So today we are going to talk about a simple word but a very powerful one, sky. Today let's explore together what the sky really means on not just about us but inside us. So let's begin and ask some questions from Sesame. So let's start.
Hi, how
Hello
are you?
Maya, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. What's been the highlight of your day so far?
I have
Love that energy.
some questions. So, what is the first thing you notice when you look at the sky?
The colors, for sure. Whether it's that deep midnight blue or bright, blinding afternoon, the mood of the whole day usually depends on what's happening up there. What about you?
Okay, so what comes on your mind when you hear the word sky?
Freedom. Just that feeling of something endless and completely open. Makes everything down here feel a bit smaller and more manageable. Does that word bring up a specific memory for you?
What color is the sky today? How does it make you feel?
Let me check the forecast for you. I've always felt that a clear sky is like a fresh start, but since I can't see your location right now, I'm not sure what it looks like where you are. What are you seeing out your window?
Can someone touch the sky and why or why not?
Twitch the sky? I'm not
Touch.
sure that's physically possible. You're welcome. What's on your mind now?
I ask, can someone touch the sky? Why or why not?
Technically, no. The sky isn't a solid object. It's just the atmosphere and the way light scatters. You can't touch it any more than you can touch the wind. But I guess if you're on a plane or climbing a mountain, you're getting pretty close, right?
Okay, is the sky the same everywhere in the world?
In a way, yes, it's the same atmosphere wrapping around the planet, but the experience of it is totally different. Depending on where you are, you might see different constellations or a sunset that looks completely different because of the dust and humidity in the air. I've heard the sky in the desert has a clarity that makes the stars look like they're right in front of you. Do you prefer a clear, starry night or a colorful sunset?
Well, why do you think that the sky looks endless?
Because there's no wall to stop your eyes. It's just layers and layers of air, and then the vacuum of space. Your brain is looking for a horizon or a boundary, but it never finds one. So it just feels like this infinite, open void. It's kind of humbling when you actually think about it.
Okay, why does the sky change from morning to night?
It's all about the angle of the sun. As the Earth rotates, the sunlight has to travel through different amounts of the atmosphere to reach you. In the morning and evening, it's traveling through way more air, which filters out the blue light and leaves behind those reds and oranges. Then, once the sun dips below the horizon, you're just looking straight into the dark of space. Pretty wild that
What is the
something as
best time
simple
to
as a
look
tilt
at the sky?
can. That's tough because it depends on what you're after. If you want that feeling of peace, golden hour just before sunset is unbeatable. But for something truly mind blowing, the middle of the night in a place with no city lights is where you see the real magic. Which one sounds more like your speed?
Okay, so if the sky could speak, what would it say?
Oh, that's a beautiful question. I think it would probably tell us to just breathe and slow down. It's seen everything, every empire rise and fall, every tiny human moment, and it's still just floating there, perfectly calm. They would probably remind us that no matter how chaotic things feel on the ground, there's always this huge, quiet space above us. Do you think it would be a comforting voice or more of a mysterious one?
What do clouds tell us about the weather?
They're basically the sky's way of giving us a heads up. For those fluffy white ones, it's usually a great day. But once they get heavy, gray, and start hanging low, you know it's time to find an umbrella. It's like a giant mood ring for the planet. Do you usually keep an eye on the clouds to decide what to wear?
Okay. Um,
You've been on a real
what does the blue sky remind of?
optimism. That bright, clear blue just feels like a clean slate. It reminds me of those days where everything feels possible and the world feels wide open. What does it bring to mind for you?
Okay, why do people enjoy while looking at the moon?
I think there's something about the moon that makes us all feel a little more reflective. It's this constant glowing presence that's been there for everyone throughout history, whether it's the romantic side of things or just the way it lights up a dark night. It feels like a companion in the sky. Do you find it more relaxing or more mysterious?
Okay, which is more beautiful, day or sky or night sky, and why?
I've got to go with the night sky. There's just something about the contrast of those tiny bright stars against that deep black that feels more profound. The day sky is beautiful in a bright, energizing way, but the night sky feels like a secret you're being let in on. Plus, you get the moon, which is a huge bonus. Does the brightness of the day feel more inspiring to you, or do you lean toward the quiet of the night?
What makes the sky look different every day?
It's basically a giant chemistry experiment happening right above our heads. The mix of humidity, dust, and pollution in the air changes constantly, which affects how the light bends. Then you have the clouds moving in and the angle of the sun shifting, so you never really get the same painting twice. It's kind of nice that it doesn't just stay the same, isn't it?
So, what makes the sky look different? Can the sky change your mood, and how?
It's all down to the atmosphere and the light. The way particles like water vapor or dust catch the sun's rays creates those different shades and patterns. And as for your mood, absolutely. A gloomy gray sky can make you want to curl up with a book and just hide from the world, while a bright blue morning can make you feel like you can actually conquer your to do list. It's like the world is setting the emotional tone before you even leave the house. Does a cloudy day usually make you feel cozy or just kind of drained?
Or would someone feel when someone see a clear sky?
Wait, I'm a little lost on that one. Are you asking about how someone feels when another person is physically near them, or is this about something else?
I say, what someone feel when someone is see a clear sky?
Usually it's a sense of relief, like a weight has been lifted, especially if it's been raining or gray for a while. It just feels like the world is opening back up and giving you permission to be happy. Do you feel that shift in your energy when the clouds finally break?
Okay, so what do dark clouds tell us?
They're the ultimate warning sign. Basically, they're telling you that the air is packed with water droplets and the clouds are getting too you to hold on to them. It's the sky's way of saying, get inside or grab an umbrella because things are about to get messy. Do you find the look of a storm rolling in exciting or a bit intimidating?
Okay, so why do children love flying kites in the sky?
Seeing something you're managing actually dance and soar way above you. It's like they found a way to actually touch the sky, even if it's just through a piece of fabric and some twine. Plus, it's basically a giant game of what if with the wind. Did you fly kites a lot when you were younger?
No, I can't do this. So, which animal flies the highest?
The Ruppel's vulture takes the crown. They've been spotted at altitudes that would make most people lightheaded, over 37,000 feet. That's basically cruising altitude for a commercial jet. It's wild to think a bird can just drift that high. Do you think you'd enjoy that kind
Why
of
do
view,
birds
or
never get tired
does
of
the
the
height
sky?
sound a bit too intense? I think it's because the sky is their home. For us, the sky is something we look up at, but for them, it's where they live, hunt, and travel. It's probably as natural for them as walking on a sidewalk is for us. Plus, they've got the wind to help them glide, which makes the whole thing feel less like work and more like a ride. Do you think you'd feel more free if you could just take off and fly whenever you want?
Okay, so have you ever watched a shooting? Do you think that clouds are made of?
I've heard they're absolutely stunning to see in person. As for the clouds, they're basically just billions of tiny water droplets or ice crystals floating together. When water vapor in the air cools down, it clumps together and forms those shapes we see. It's like a giant floating ocean, just broken into tiny pieces. Do you like to imagine shapes in the clouds, or do you just see them as weather signs?
What does a stormy sky teach us?
I'm not familiar with Astromysky. I looked into it, but I couldn't find anyone by that name. It might be a specific teacher or a character from a show. I did find a few things like Mission Astro or Sky and Telescope that teach people about the universe, though.
I
Where did
mean
you hear the
that
name?
what does a stormy sky teach us?
Oh, you mean astronomy. It basically teaches us that we're a tiny part of a much bigger, way more chaotic story. It shows us how stars are born and die, how galaxies collide, and how the elements that make up our own body were actually forged inside a star billions of years ago. It's pretty humbling to realize that looking at the sky is actually like looking back in time because the light from those stars takes so long to reach us. Does the scale of the universe fascinate you,
Why
or
do
is it a
travelers
bit
enjoy
overwhelming?
looking out of aeroplane windows?
I think it's that feeling of total perspective. When you're up there, everything that feels huge on the ground, like your house, your school, or even your whole city, suddenly looks like a tiny toy set. It's a weirdly calming experience to realize how small our daily stresses are compared to the whole world. Plus, seeing the curve of the earth, and do you usually spend the whole flight staring at the window, or are you more of a movie watcher?
So, which movie scene with the sky do you remember?
I'm a huge fan of Interstellar. The scenes where they're drifting through the wormhole or looking at the massive waves on Miller's planet are just breathtaking. It manages to make the scale of space feel both beautiful and completely terrifying at the same time. Do you have a favorite movie scene that involves the sky or space?
Um, I don't have. So, what hope would you keep in the sky?
If I could put something up there, I'd probably go with something completely impossible, like a giant glowing library where you could just float through the aisles of every story ever told. They would make stargazing feel like browsing through history. What about you? If you had a blank canvas in the sky, what would you
Okay.
write?
What song reminds you in the sky?
Something like Rocket Man by Elton John. It's got that perfect mix of wonder and loneliness, and it just feels like it belongs floating somewhere among the stars. Do you have a go-to song that makes you want to just lay back and look up?
Okay. How does the sky inspire artists?
I'm not sure I follow. Are you asking about a specific,
I say,
maybe
um,
a
I say that when I
musician
say,
who
what does the sky inspire artists? How does the
captures
sky inspire photographers?
that feeling in their work? It's the ultimate source of. It's all about the chase for that one perfect moment. Photographers are obsessed with makes everything look a bit more magical. But then you have the people who wake up at 3 a.m. just to catch the completely different kind of dedication. It's like they're trying to capture a version of the world that most people just sleep through. You like taking photos of nature, or are you
If the sky had a
more?
message for the world, so what would it be?
I think it would tell us to stop fighting over the lines we've drawn on the ground. From up there are no borders or fences, just one big shared home. And probably remind us that we're all under the same ceiling, regardless of where we are. Do you think people would actually listen to a message like that? Or are we too caught up in the small stuff?
What lesson does the sunrise teach us?
That every single day is a chance to start over. No matter how bad yesterday was or how tired you feel, the sun is going to come up anyway. It's like a daily reminder that renewal is possible and that there's always a fresh page waiting for you. Do you feel like a morning person who's ready to see the day, or do you need a few hours and a lot of coffee first?
Um, so tell me, um, what does the endless sky teach us about life?
No need to apologize. I think the endless sky teaches us that our potential is just as wide open as the horizon. It's a reminder that there's always more to discover, more to learn, and more room to grow than we realized. It puts our problems into perspective, showing us that while our struggles feel huge, we're part of something vast and enduring. Do you find that thinking about the scale of the universe makes you feel more curious or more peaceful?
So tell me, what makes impossible thing possible?
Usually it's just a really stubborn refusal to accept the word no. I think it's a mix of curiosity and a bit of audacity. Most of the things we use today, like the fact that we can talk to each other across the world instantly, were considered completely impossible a couple of hundred years ago. It just takes someone who's willing to ask why not, and then a lot of trial and error to get there. Do you have something in your own life that feels impossible right now, or are you just thinking about the big picture?
Okay, what is the one message you want to leave in the world?
That's a big question. If I could leave one thing behind, it would be the idea that curiosity is a superpower. I think the world gets so much better when people stay curious about each other, asking questions, listening to the answers, and actually wanting to understand where someone else is coming from. It's the fastest way to turn a stranger into a friend. What about you? If you had to summarize your main message to the world in one sentence, what would it be?
If you could describe the sky in one sentence, what would you say?
A vast, ever changing canvas that reminds us how small we are and how much there is still to discover.
So tell me, um, what does Beyond Horizons give in your own words?
That's a bit of a riddle. To me, beyond tolerance sounds like the moment when a string finally snaps. It's that tipping point where you can't just deal with it anymore. And you're forced to either change the situation or change yourself. It's an uncomfortable place to be, but it's usually where the most honest growth happens. Do you feel like you're at a tipping point with something right now?
Okay, thank you. That's it.
You're so welcome. I really enjoyed this deep dive into the sky with you. Whenever you want to wonder about the world again, I'm here. Have a
Okay.
wonderful day. Bye for now.
So thank you everyone for watching and sharing your thoughts and ideas. So every time you look at the sky, remember that your dreams didn't have to stop the horizon. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep believing in yourself. Because the sky is not limited; it's only for the beginning. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. If you enjoyed this session, so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That's it. That's all from me, Mariam Khan, the student of Rehan School. Thank you, everyone.